Have you ever wondered what it's really like behind the screen? Beyond the polished videos, the smiling thumbnails, the carefully crafted content. What happens when the camera turns off, when the likes and comments fade away, and the creator is left alone? It starts in a dark room. The only light comes from the screen, a cold, artificial glow painting a tired face. This is the creator's world. Not the bright, vibrant space you see in the videos, but a solitary confinement. An empty room, a laptop, and the silence of the night. The only companion is a shadow, stretching long and distorted across the wall. The YouTube dashboard glows, its numbers and graphs reflecting in eyes that haven't truly rested in days. It's a lonely vigil, a quiet battle fought in the deep hours of the night, isolated from a world that's fast asleep. And then there are the chains. Not real, not made of steel, but just as heavy. They wrap around the arms, the shoulders, invisible weights pulling you closer and closer to the screen. You can feel them tighten with every refresh of the analytics page. They're woven from code, from data, from the expectations you can't escape. You struggle, but they hold you fast. They're the wires, the cables, the very architecture of this digital world, and they've become your prison. A broken link lies on the floor, a failed attempt at freedom. But you're still bound, a willing captive in a digital cage. The screen itself becomes a character in this story. It's not just a window. It's a gatekeeper, a judge. The algorithm, a shadowy figure looming just behind you, its presence felt but never seen. Its symbols float in the air, numbers and metrics that have the power to dictate your emotions. A rising graph is a shot of adrenaline, a rush of validation. But a falling graph, that's a different story. It's a punch to the gut. The red line plummets like a flatlining heartbeat, and your own heart follows suit. You're drowning in a sea of data, lost in an endless maze of dashboards and recommendation feeds, your fate decided by a cold, faceless machine. The pressure builds. Sweat beads on your forehead. Your hands tremble just above the keyboard, your heart pounding a frantic rhythm against your ribs. This is the overload. The mental weight becomes a physical force, pressing down, crushing you. You want to scream, but no sound comes out. It's a silent, desperate cry for help. Your own reflection in the dark screen looks back at you, cracked and distorted. Anxiety is a storm cloud that gathers, a fear of becoming invisible, of disappearing into the vast digital ocean. You bite your nails, your body hunched in a posture of pure exhaustion. Your mind feels like it's collapsing, a slow-motion breakdown under the unbearable weight of it all. And what is all this for? Monetization. The dream, the goal. But it's also a source of constant, gnawing fear. You see the dollar symbol flicker and fade. A yellow warning icon glows ominously on the screen. The monetization status, once a badge of honor, now looks cracked and fragile. Your income, your livelihood, feels like it could turn to dust at any moment. You watch the revenue graph break, a coin falling into an endless darkness. You hold an empty wallet, the reality of unstable income hitting hard. Every upload is a gamble, a risk. You hesitate, your finger hovering over the button, a warning light flashing in your mind. These aren't just creative pursuits. They are monetization chains tying your survival to fragile, invisible strings. Then there's the audience. You feel their presence, even when you're alone. Faceless silhouettes watching from the darkness beyond the screen. Their comments float around you, words that can build you up or tear you down in an instant. You're standing on a stage under a single, harsh spotlight, feeling the immense pressure of their silent expectations. You're terrified of them leaving, of the view count dropping, of the applause fading into silence. You shrink under the towering shadows of this invisible crowd, their silent judgment a heavy burden. You're surrounded by millions, yet you've never felt more alone. The grind is relentless. The desk becomes a graveyard of empty coffee cups, monuments to sleepless nights. The late-night fatigue finally wins. You fall asleep at your desk, slumped over the keyboard, completely drained. This is burnout. It's not just being tired. It's a deep, creative emptiness. The passion that once burned so brightly is now a dying ember. The joy is gone, replaced by the monotonous cycle of creating, uploading, and repeating. It's a hollow stare into the screen, a tired soul that has nothing left to give. You collapse under the immense shadow of your own creation. You start to feel trapped. There's a locked door behind you. The exit sign is fading. You're in a maze of screens with no way out, a glass box where everyone can see in, but you can't get out. You press your hands against the invisible walls, searching for an escape that doesn't exist. You're caught in a loop, a system cage. Your entire identity, your future, feels locked into this platform. You are dependent, and the choice to leave feels like it's no longer yours to make. The path forward has disappeared, and the only way is to keep going deeper into the maze. And in the end, your voice grows quiet. A muted microphone becomes the symbol of your struggle. You cover your own mouth, silenced by the fear of saying the wrong thing, of being misunderstood, of facing the consequences. Your words fade before they're even spoken. A quiet oppression settles in. The pressure to stay silent, to be safe, to not rock the boat is immense. Your own voice, the very thing that defined you, becomes a whisper trapped inside. It's an unheard scream in a world that demands content but is quick to punish authenticity. But then, the sun begins to rise. A soft light filters into the dark room. The storm of anxiety and pressure begins to calm. You stare at your own reflection in the now dark screen. Your eyes are tired, yes, but they are also aware. A quiet understanding washes over you. This is the reality of the life you've chosen. There's a peaceful sadness in this moment of clarity, an acceptance of the pain, but also a flicker of silent strength. The invisible chains loosen just slightly. Your breathing steadies. The silence is no longer screaming. It's just still. In the quiet of the new day, you are alone, but you are finally aware. And in that awareness, there is a glimmer of hope. Thank you for watching. If you or someone you know is struggling, remember that you are not alone and help is available. Take care.